All right, the time has begun. Please take your seats. We ask that you clear the aisles that the procession will be using around the student seating. Thank you, and enjoy this amazing afternoon. And once again, go Broncos. Thank you.
And now, please rise for the entrance of President Sullivan and distinguished members of the Platform Party.
Good afternoon. My name is Jim Glazer, and I have the honor of serving as Provost and Executive Vice President. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the university's 174th commencement exercises and to serve as host for today's ceremony. We are delighted to welcome our distinguished guests, members of the Board of Trustees and Regents, university leadership, faculty, parents, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. A special welcome as well to those of us joining via live stream, family and friends who could not be here in person, but are very much with us in spirit. Your love and support are deeply felt by our graduates on this meaningful day. Let us take a moment to place this day and this year within a broader historical context. Today is June 14th, 2025. It marks 831 years since the birth of Clare of Assisi and 485 years since the founding of the Society of Jesus. It is the 174th year since Santa Clara University first launched its educational mission, the 113th year since the founding of the School of Pedagogy, the 64th year since women were first admitted to Santa Clara, and the 61st year since the counseling psychology program was established, and the 42nd year since the launch of the Pastoral Ministries program. Today, we gather to add another milestone to that legacy, to celebrate and honor the extraordinary achievements of the class of 2025. At this time, we ask that you remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner
Thank you, Brittany, for that beautiful rendition. Please be seated. We invite Elisa Maskell, a graduate from our Master of Arts in Teaching program, to offer our land acknowledgement.
As we celebrate, we pause to acknowledge that Santa Clara University sits on the land of the Ohlone Muwekma Ohlone people, who trace their ancestry through Mission Dolores, Santa Clara, and San Jose. We remember their connection to this region and give thanks for the opportunity to live, work, learn, and pray on their traditional homeland. Let us take a moment of silence to pay respect to their elders and to all Ohlone people, past and present.
Caroline Okello, a graduate who is receiving a master's degree in pastoral ministries, will open this commencement with an invocation.
Most gracious, merciful, and loving Creator, we gather today with hearts filled with joy and gratitude as we celebrate the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. We thank you for guiding us through our journey in pursuit of advanced learning in service of others. In this moment of celebration, we lift our hearts to you in thanksgiving for the blessings you have bestowed upon us. We honor the dedication, perseverance, and passion with which each of us has been blessed. May the experiences and lessons we have gained from our Jesuit education at Santa Clara University enrich not only our lives, but also the lives of those we serve in our communities. We ask for your abundant blessings as we embark on our new roles and ministries, equipped with knowledge, compassion, and a desire to make a difference. As we embrace diversity in our communities, recognizing that there is neither Jew nor Greek, slave nor free person, male nor female, we commit ourselves to serving in faith and working to promote justice. Help us to hear and respond to the cries of the most vulnerable as we strive to build a more just world. May our efforts reflect your love, allowing us to be instruments of hope in a world that often longs for light. May our hearts remain open to all, recognizing the beauty in differences and the common bond of our shared humanity. We seek your guidance, compassionate God, as we move forward, spreading joy with wisdom and understanding. May we always strive for justice, peace, and unity in our endeavors, journeying together as a listening community. Grant us prudence to make wise choices, the courage to pursue our dreams, and the strength to face any challenges that may arise as we minister. We express our gratitude to the faculty, staff, families, friends, and parish leaders who have played vital roles in supporting us in our academic journeys. Their encouragement and love have created an invaluable environment where growth and understanding can flourish. We ask, dear God, that you continue to fulfill what you have begun in each of us, and that the bonds created through Santa Clara University's graduate program in pastoral ministries and School of Education and Counseling Psychology remain strong despite the distances that may lie between us. We ask all this in your holy name, through the power of your Spirit at work within and among us. Amen.
Thank you, Caroline. It is now my privilege to introduce Dean Sabrina Zirkle of the School of Education and Counseling Psychology, who will offer some words to the graduates. Sabrina.
Trustees, distinguished guests, university colleagues, families and friends, and graduates of Santa Clara, class of 25. Class of 25! Today we celebrate the graduates of the School of Education and Counseling Psychology and the graduate program in Pastoral Ministries. Congratulations, graduates, on reaching this incredible milestone. I know this dream was long in the making. This is a culmination of a lot of hard work, passion, commitment, and attention to your learning, all in the service of serving others. No one reaches this point of walking across the stage alone, though. So we all do it with the support of a village. So please let me extend my congratulations and ask for your appreciation of two groups of people who helped you to get to this point today. First, let me and maybe you extend tremendous gratitude to all the faculty and staff who supported you in so many different ways to get to this moment. And next, of course, I want to also thank the families, friends, and network of supporters and loved ones who helped you with their sacrifice, their love, their care, maybe a cooked meal now and then, to help make this day happen. So thank you to families and friends. So finally, graduates, we are so very proud of you and so very proud of the people that you have become and continue to become. In your commitments, in your vocation, you represent the very best of the Santa Clara mission and our mission of educating people for and with others. You embody this in every aspect of your work. Trying to make the world a better place every day in the choices that you make. You've spent your time here at Santa Clara in our classrooms and in the field, and acting in ways that have enabled you to turn yourself, your very being, into an agent of change for the world. Your work here has entailed so much more than technical learning about how to do this or how to do that, or theoretical learning about the what and the why of what we do. More than that, it's meant cultivating self-awareness, self-understanding, personal capacities, and habits of heart and mind that will allow you to cultivate the best in others, whether that be in your church community, with young people in schools, in the therapy clinic, or in some other setting. Whether your degree is from counseling psychology, education, or pastoral ministries, your work will fundamentally focus on providing the support and learning others need so that they may live flourishing lives of meaning, purpose, and connection. Ultimately, it is a work based in love, in a generosity of spirit, of seeing the value of others and helping them to realize their own value. And for that, we thank you. That commitment that you have is needed so much today, maybe more than ever. And as you move on, you're not alone. We always say, once a Bronco, always a Bronco. You are Broncos for life. So please continue to stay in touch, and thank you for all that you do. Go Broncos!
Each year, the university bestows its highest honor, an honorary doctorate, on individuals who embody the ideals of Jesuit education and model the university's commitment to fashioning a more humane, just, and sustainable world. Will Kathy Nicholson Hull please come forward? Kathy, today we honor you for your contributions to fields of clinical psychology and palliative care, and your commitment to fashioning a more humane and just world. After earning your master's degree from Santa Clara University, you went on to serve as a clinical psychologist who worked at Children's Hospital and Research Center in Oakland for more than 25 years. Witnessing firsthand how a life-limiting diagnosis can have a devastating and lifelong impact on the child, their family, and the larger community, you found a better way to provide exceptional, loving palliative care to children with serious medical conditions. You launched George Mark Children's House in 1996 in order to provide extraordinary care to children and young adults in a home-like setting and offer critical and compassionate support to the entire family. For dedicating your life to children, to serving children with serious medical conditions with grace, compassion, and humanity, and for founding the George Mark's Children's House, Santa Clara University presents you with the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
I now invite Kathy Nicholson Hull to deliver the commencement address.
Okay, mine might be somewhere else. Is that my binder? No. Okay. All right, everybody, this is a little bit different than what I thought I was saying. I had a more up-to-date version, but it seems to be missing, so here we go. I'm just going to start by saying I will not be the least bit offended if tired graduates are napping during this. I was reading my remarks in the car on our way here from the East Bay, and I finished them, and I'm waiting to hear something wonderful from the back seat from my brother, like, oh my gosh, you're going to be amazing. And I'm waiting, and then John finally says, oh, sorry, I was taking a little nap. So with that preface, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for the warm introduction, Provost Glazier. I am touched and honored to have been asked to speak at this celebratory occasion. It is also very nostalgic to be on this stage 45 years after receiving my MFCC from this same department in 1980. If you're doing the math, you know that was a while ago. I want to begin by taking a moment, as did Dean Zirkle, to just acknowledge everyone who is here today, not as a graduate, but as a part of the cheering section, champions and supporters. Each of you has played a role in the lives of these students, whether as the bank of mom and dad, important role, the shoulder to cry on during discouraging times, the voice of ever-positive fortitude, or the teller of silly jokes to add humor to the drudgery of finals week. Enormous thanks, muchas gracias, merci to everyone for the love and care that you have given to these graduates. Being touched and honored does not rule out all the other feelings that came with the invitation to speak, starting with the entire gamut of imposter syndrome. My first intuitive response was telling Bill, my husband and most enthusiastic supporter, that we needed to go to Tijuana in the middle of June. His startled response was, "Why?" To which I replied, "I want to tell Dean Zirkle that I can't accept her request because we're going to be out of the country." And that is the closest border. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. I took several self-centering breaths, calmed down, and began gathering relevant information. My approach to organizing my thoughts for today utilized every bit of my type A style. I watched the graduation speeches at 10 universities. Not a great idea, it just made me more and more nervous. I listened to a daunting array ranging from Jacinda Ardern, the former Prime Minister of New Zealand, Maria Ressa, winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, Tom Hanks and Henry Winkler, maybe you're too young to remember the Fonz, for a touch of levity, and lastly, Kermit the Frog, who entertained the graduates at University of Maryland. Wisdom from a Frog felt the most approachable and least intimidating. Moving on, I culled my collection of quotes for inspiration, wrote effusive notes, rewriting them in my head at night rather than counting sheep. In the end, I reverted to freshman English and the basic outline: an introduction, 3 points, and a conclusion. My legacy at Santa Clara University literally began in my childhood. My family lived 3 blocks from here, at the corner of Fremont and Washington Streets. Our dad graduated from Santa Clara in 1936, and as Dean Zirkle mentioned, he remained a lifelong Bronco. At 90, he was still calling incoming freshmen to welcome them to his alma mater. He may actually have called one of you graduates. Fast forward to this afternoon, 89 years after Dad graduated. Our world is a much more complicated place than it was when his class of civil engineers, 6 strong, matriculated, or when I walked across this stage to receive my diploma. Values are called into question every day. Disheartening political decisions are being made around the world. Inequality is in evidence at every turn. It all feels overwhelming if we let it be. Rather than being dismayed and unnerved by global problems, each of you here today has the opportunity to make choices about how to negotiate the everyday challenges that are an inevitable part of a meaningful life. Atul Gawande, in his book, Being Mortal, proposes that better is possible. It takes a willingness to try. Having been part of the Jesuit community at Santa Clara, you have been grounded by a moral compass. The words that are so much a part of the fabric here, conscience, competence, compassion, are powerful stepping stones as you make decisions going forward. You will never regret speaking up for injustice or going out of your way to help the less fortunate. Every one of you is the protagonist in your life story, navigating your path and learning from the outcome. You have been given the foundation to go from this campus with self-confidence and to build lives of meaning. Dean Zirkle asked that I share a bit about my career and the project that has been so fulfilling and given my life meaning. For several years, I worked as a psychologist on the oncology unit at a major children's hospital here in the Bay Area. I cannot say enough positive things about the experience I gained there, nor about the dedication of the staff. Teams of extraordinary people committed themselves every day to helping sick and injured children get well. In fact, my son-in-law is in the audience, and he's an ER doctor at the same hospital. When I was actually still there, I would love to go and have them say over the loudspeaker, "Dr. Baker, your mother-in-law is here." Being part of that effort was inspirational. I also learned that for the children with life-limiting conditions who weren't going to get well, A hospital setting by its very nature is far from a tranquil place to spend the last days of a young life. A colleague and I collaborated, envisioning the possibility of creating a better model of care for children and young adults with complex medical conditions, all of whom we believed would benefit from a more peaceful and positive setting. After years of research, county zoning challenges, fundraising, and arduous planning, George Mark Children's House opened its doors in 2004. The house, named after my two brothers who sadly died when they were young, is located on 5 acres of beautifully landscaped gardens. It is a tranquil and nurturing place where families with sick or dying children can be together and spend quality time with the love and support of extraordinary volunteers and caretaking staff. Alternatively, they can leave their child or young adult in our extremely capable hands and take a break from their demanding and relentless responsibilities. George Mark is indeed a place where children are sick and sometimes die, but it is also a haven of joy, love, engagement, and support, where miniature ponies, puppies, rabbits, and even camels come to visit, where performers dressed as Disney characters sing along with the children, where art and aquatic therapy enrich the lives of young patients. It is where Giants players visit and hand out orange and black team gear, where Olivia Newton-John and Kenny G have serenaded. It is a spot where we celebrate proms, Pumpkin Day, and picnic gatherings. An annual Remembrance Day allows our families to gather and honor their sweet children who have died. 20 years since its inception, George Mark has helped hundreds of families through the heartbreaking journey of illness and death in a way that has allowed them comfort, dignity, unlimited bereavement support, and connection to other families who have shared a similar experience. They are supported in being able to re-engage with life. All of our services are provided at no charge to the families who stay with us. For our family, this project has been both healing and heartwarming. Our parents were proud to know that the legacy of their sons, one who died as a teenager, the other as a young dad of 4, would live on in a way that would touch lives for generations to come. Every day their names are said aloud, and life-changing care is given in their honor. I always cry, sorry, I have my mother's handkerchief. It has been a privilege for me to work in this special setting. I'd like to share with you 3 words that were inspirational to me in my career and the actualization of George Mark Children's House. Perhaps they will also help you in your post-grad quest. The words are possibility, curiosity, and hope. Possibility acknowledges the unknown, suggesting that the future can be exciting and scary. The word says that it is okay not to have everything figured out. It's not a guarantee. It is an invitation to be creative, think outside the box, and take bold steps. I've always seen curiosity as a character trait to be encouraged at a very young age. Alan Garber, the current president of Harvard, who received a well-deserved and rousing standing ovation for just opening his mouth and saying welcome, suggested to his graduates that they learn to consider curiosity a state in which to live, with arms outstretched and minds open. Curiosity lends itself to the ever-present possibility of learning and to the personal growth that is gained from making challenging decisions, right or wrong. Being fortified by openness leaves room for humility, empathy, generosity, insight. Albert Einstein, who was such a quirky genius, said of himself in a masterpiece of self-effacement, "I have no special talent, I am only passionately curious." It served him well. The third word that I think is an imperative is hope. Emily Dickinson, poet extraordinaire, wrote the following: "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words that never stops at all." Hope encouraged us all through the pandemic. In addition to the universal hope for the discovery of a vaccine and for the resources needed to care for people suffering around the globe, personally, I held on to my selfish hope that post-pandemic I would never have to Zoom again. Hope highlights our resilience and our ability to shape a better world. Our new Pope, Leo, in one of his lovely homilies, spoke of hope when he envisioned a kinder world, asking that every person act with decency, humility, and generosity. Such gentle marching orders from the man who is the religious leader of 1.6 billion people worldwide. Aren't we grateful for that? Desmond Tutu, who had ample cause to be depressed and pessimistic, instead leaned into hope, which he described as being able to see that there is light despite the darkness. What a gift each of you, trained to be educators and care providers, can be the light that offers hope to many who need you during troubling times. In closing, a quick summation of Kathy Hill's Guide to Living Life with Full Potential suggests that first, possibility is what gives direction. Curiosity keeps us moving forward. Lastly, hope fuels the journey and makes the trip worthwhile. Congratulations, 2025 graduates, for completing these advanced degrees, which will surely encourage curiosity, lots of possibilities, and boundless hope. With the word hope on my tongue, it feels apt to exit stage right, except I'm going left, with a final word from the humorist and much-loved national icon of an earlier era, Bob Hope, who said, "You know what? Laughter is the greatest thing in the world. It makes people shine. A little love, a little laugh, and you're ahead of the rest of the world." That's my motto. A great one, yes? I wish each of you a future that holds love, laughter, and gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, for your thoughtful remarks. On behalf of everyone gathered here today, I would like to express our deep appreciation for your remarkable contributions to making our world more just and humane. Now we turn to the main celebration of the day, to honor each student in the class of 2025. The trustees of the university, on the recommendations of the faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in them by the state of California, will, through the president of the university, confer degrees on those who now will be presented. Dr. Julie Sullivan, president of the university, and Dean Daniel Press and Dean Sabrina Zirkle will greet each of the new graduates. We ask that our guests remain in their places during the awarding of diplomas. Each graduate's picture will be taken by the university's photographer. Dr. Daniel Press.
Mary Alice Acosta.
We'll start over here. Dr. Daniel Press, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will now present the candidates for degrees in pastoral ministries.
Well, we were just so excited to get started. So candidates who have been approved for the degree of Master of Arts in Pastoral Ministries, I would say please rise, but you're here already, so raise your hand, say hi. You're all lined up. President Sullivan, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by their faculty and by the Board of Trustees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the Master of Arts degree as indicated by Dean Press.
Mary Alice Acosta. William Joseph Barron III. Catherine Hale Bowers. Leonardo Enrique Fonseca. Caroline Okello. Carla Mayuri. Philip Andrew McCarty. Mayela Campos. Guillermo Ignacio Osorio Huerta. Teresa Perez Martinez. Cynthia M. Self. Garrett Stevens.
The doctoral degree is the highest academic degree that the university can bestow. With us this afternoon are 18 students from the School of Education and Counseling Psychology who have successfully completed the academic work for this degree. Dr. Sabrina Zirkle, Dean of the School of Education and Counseling Psychology, will present the candidates for a doctoral degree in the School of Education and Counseling Psychology. Associate Dean Marco Bravo will announce the names of the candidates.
President Sullivan, I have the honor to present the candidates for the Doctorate in Education in Social Justice Leadership, who have been approved by the faculty in the school and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Education in Social Justice Leadership.
Kasturi Basu will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Diane Cattell of the Department of Education. Kasturi's dissertation title is Leading from Within, a Methodological Self-Study of Educational Leadership. Hugo Galvan will receive a doctorate of education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Diane Cattell of the Department of Education. Hugo's dissertation title is Disrupting Disparities, How Educational Leaders Can Use Cultural Intelligence to Challenge Systemic Inequities. Leticia Rivas Aguilera will receive a doctorate of education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Diane Cattell of the Department of Education. Leticia's dissertation title is Linguistic Capital of Latinx Newcomers in TK5 Elementary Schools, Meeting Multilingual Learners' Language Production Needs Toward Proficiency. Sara Sorto Carvalho will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Argelia Lara of the Department of Education. Sara's dissertation title is Am I a Scientist? Using Pláticas to Understand STEM Identity Development Among High School Latinx Students in Advanced Science Courses. Amanda Renee Chavez will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Argelia Lara of the Department of Education. Amanda's dissertation title is El peso que cargamos por dentro, the weight we carry inside, a plática-based study on mental health, cultural identity, and support systems among first-generation Latinx college students. Lorenzo Gamboa will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Argelia Lara of the Department of Education. Lorenzo's dissertation title is Still Navigating the Journey After 2 Years, Pláticas with First-Gen Mexican, Mexican-American Males at a Rural California Community College. Vianey Topete will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Doctora Argelia Lara of the Department of Education. Vianey's dissertation title is Navigating con Ganas, How Latina Leaders Transform Leadership Through Cultural Values Within the California Community College System. Alexis Corona Pimentel will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Marco Murillo of the Department of Education. Alexis's dissertation title is Reimagining School Leaders, Latinx Administrators Leveraging Community Cultural Wealth to Support Latinx Student Success. Alexis Rey Takagi will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Marco Murillo of the Department of Education. Alexis's dissertation title is Fight for the Education You Deserve, the Role of Memorable Messages in the Transformation of Navigational Capital for Latinx Community College Adult Learners' Academic Retention. Kalpana Tate will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Marco Murillo of the Department of Education. Kalpana's dissertation title is Straddling Worlds, Culture, Disability, and the Myth of Academic Perfection, the Experiences of Asian Indian Students in the U.S. Education. Carrie Breyo Casto will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Pedro Nava of the Department of Education. Carrie's dissertation title is Reclaiming Educational Dignity, Experiences of Latinx Students in Adult Secondary Education Programs. Marina Luz Corrales will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Pedro Nava of the Department of Education. Marina's dissertation title is No One Looks Like Me, a narrative inquiry into peer trust, representation, and disengagement of Latinx undergraduates with the academic library at a PWI. Maureen Margaret Medeiros will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Pedro Nava of the Department of Education. Maureen's dissertation title is Everything is a New Challenge for Each of Us, a qualitative exploration of elementary newcomer students and families' lived experiences of acclimating to U.S. schools. Megan Taylor Pullman will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Pedro Nava of the Department of Education. Megan's dissertation title is The Equity Paradox, How School Choice Mechanisms Reinforce Educational Inequality in Public Schools in Northern California. Jessie Ann Everhart will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Zini Ofwebu of the Department of Education. Jessica's dissertation title is Declaring a Major, Higher Education's Greatest Competition. Sarah Marie Hayes will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Zinio Fuebu of the Department of Education. Sarah's dissertation title is Words and Actions, a Critical Discourse Analysis of DEI Discourse and Practice at Jesuit Universities. Cody James Johnson will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Zinio Fuebu of the Department of Education. Cody's dissertation title is Exploring Identity of Student Athletes of Color within the NIL Landscape of Intercollegiate Athletics. Liz Thuy Yu Win Pham will receive a doctorate in education. Dean Zirkle will be assisted by the dissertation advisor, Dr. Zini Ofuebu of the Department of Education. Liz's dissertation title is Entrepreneurial Spirit in Women of Color, Case Studies in Navigating Cultural and Systemic Constraints in Conventional Contexts.
Please join us in congratulating all of the graduates who've received a doctoral degree in education. Dean Zirkle of the School of Education and Counseling Psychology will now present the candidates for the Master of Arts degrees.
Candidates who have been approved for the Master of Arts in Applied Psychology, the Master of Arts in Counseling, the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology, the Master of Arts in Educational Leadership, or the Master of Arts in Teaching, please rise. President Sullivan, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts as indicated by Dean Zirkle.
Dora Koo. Saul Eduardo Alvarez. Destiny Angelique Esparza Aguayo. Megan Chantal Emmons. Mike Valdez Landeros. Claudia Sarabia Morton. Hadley Bell Johansson. Hetty Molina. Thuy M. Van. Atosa Poichan. Juan Ngok Vien Zuong. Michelle Ashley Ager. Lauren Adriana Baglietto. Kylie Hughes. Kelly Hoffman Herigstad Franz. Anusha Bhardwaj. Anna Rachel Lenhart. Ariana Gabriele Briones Reviejo. Lindsay Stout. Jennifer Ann Greenfield. Andrea Denise Manyalek Antonio. Lidveen Nadia Adande da Silva. Preeti Kavadia Weerasinghe. Caitlin Clementson. Anushka Ghosh. Caitlin Marie McDermott. Danette Bear Shellhouse. Catherine Nell Farrell. Juanita Kim Ammerman. Stephanie Diaz Martinez. Judy Anderson Hamed. Mayra Guadalupe Gonzalez, Kelly Tran, Oralia Tinoco, Shreya Patel, Nguyen Phuong Nguyen Cao, Rudy Justin Mena, Patricia Becerra, Fabiola Fernandez, Kelly Jean Rosales, Sunshine Love Hernandez, Marguerite Elise Rowe Audley, Hale Akbari, Adamari Ayala, Yeselin Islas Lara, Sampada Moholkar, Mansi Sharma, Drumi Maheshbhai Patel, Sixela Ametier, Maria Asadov, Elena Ojdikina, King Ray Huang, Jessica Perez Gonzalez, Kylie Blair Fioe, Nora Vargas, Hadra Khalid Bahadur, Cecilia Lynette McGrath, Greta Miller, Melanice Espindola Ortega, Alejandra Loaiza Barron, Vicente Ocampo Varela, Erika Fernanda Hernandez, Alexandra Wooten, Mevish Javed, Christian Manuel Lopez, Alchandra Hubert Avelar Garcia, Spencer Edward Dean, Amanda Margaret Dunning, Shauna Ann Tran, Michael Kiggins, Emily Froliger, Tony Felicia Chiara Lito, Hunter Robin Fredrickson, Emma Noel Squires Farrell, Natalie Sidney Hell, Harshita Pant, Nathan Floor, Lauren Monk, Ukeme Abasi Joseph Bassi, Jaime Montes Gutierrez, Jimena Elena Rocha, Jacqueline Tiffany Cho, Christina Claire Corsi, Nanami Narusawa, Jade Marie Dixon, Ariana Jacqueline Ledesma Infante, Elisa Marelis Mascol, Cynthia Marie Jones, Michelle Elizabeth Creeves, Catherine Noble, McCall Andrizi Birchall, Oscar Barragan Arichiga, Lorraine F. DePerio, Michael Diaz, Christopher Ray Heffern, David Alejandro Enriquez, Nathan John Borofka, Jalen Benjamin, Ashley Donna Ledbetter, Lisbeth Serrano Rivera, Rigoberto Daniel Ledesma, Bianca Liu, Crystal Seha, Melissa Mendez, Annika Marie McKinley, Shannon Marie McLeod, Sean Michael Miller, Juan Carlos Mora, Gloria Angelica Naranjo Ayala, Fatima Farhin, Huean Neal. Rashmi Narasimha Nayak. Solangel Morales Guzman. Cassidy Lynn Herberth. Deborah McElroy. Aida Ortiz de Aguilar. Gwen Ortega. Martha Lydia Lopez. Brittany Sable. Erica Venner. Marilyn Wendt. Melissa Marie Reynoso. Matthew James Ross. Samantha Renee Spotswood. Joshua Scott Vega. Kiara Mira Jane Petrie Stickney. Rong Wang. Kelly Rose Worley. Amy Edelstein. Crystal Lay. Andrea Koch. Choi Ying Chang. Tian Jin. Xiang Chun Yen. John Jacob Yucanazad Anhari. Javier Ubaldo Romero El Tiburón. Margaret Vicente Mendez. Varun Muthukumaran. Anna Claire Becker. Jamie Click. Sam Oriana. Shobana Sundar. Jessica Cristino Marquez. Bianca Lizeth Robles. Viviana Cabrera. Daniel Karif Jackson. Katya Gazit. Isabel Lowe. Suyan Lee. Sofia Rose Rodriguez. Jewel Sayer. Priyanka Rachel Karunakaran. Alexis Nicole Rombach. Adam Hogsett. Alejandra Zamora. Sandy Masson. Anna Krokmal. Annika Carmen Mandel. Kristen Charles Mercurio. Jacqueline Jewel Kumar. Lauren Michelle Himes. Yumin Shu. Mapala Masumi Yamiya. Catherine Carolina Franco. Treya V. Parik. Jamileth Andrea Lomeli. Aria Valverde. Anayeli Jamaica Cabrera. Elizabeth Maria Padilla. Giselle Mendez Perez. Amanda Acosta. Zoe Griffith. Brianna Figoni. Emmeline Franzak. Lauren Nicole Braswell. Kelly Ann Branson. Vanessa Clarissa Mendoza. Teresa Dagandan Brinkman. Gilbert Dean Porsuelo. Eddie Prado. Veronica Ann Blaser Abora. Fan Wu. Christy Kiwis. Daniel Pham. Diana Volquit Blay Fong. Ryan James Berardi. Maria Fatima Reyes Stanton. Celine Rosas Warner. Sari Wu. Jingting Wu. Brenda Abigail Hidalgo. Sabrina Shaker. Sheetal Patnala Rao. Robert James Chow. Demetria Gabrielle Quijada. Tina Golo Scott. Emma Sazio. Angela Gizar. Christy Yip. Sarah Deva. Bailey Alexa Carter. Caitlin Cole. Madeline Felice and Jeremy. Taylor Nicole Manji. Camille Marie McCann. Emily Viviana Berrios. Isabel Venegas. Colleen Sally. Elizabeth Cawley.
Jennifer Wallace.
Elena Folger Abbott. Mayuri Amarnath. Ashley Marlene Arellano. Nelson Barrio Nuevo. Kiara Miranda Mariscal. Sofia Nicole Rubalcaba. Harjit Kaur Chahal. Geraldine Joyce Betts. Michelle Annette Kuntz. Hernan Medina Calderon. Grace Emmons. Michael Patrick Davis. Linda Garza. Kyla Valadeo Guinan. Ann Lan Bowie. Grayson Fee. Ivana Yoton Shao. Lu Fang. Keith Jun Kit Ung. Alisa Jane De Jesus. Michaela Sophia Dakane. Jessica Ann Margaret Huang. Maria Lola Leal Perez. Fahima Altaf Khan.
Manpreet Kaur.
Reina Juliana Choi Wong. Amanda Diaz. Maria Kimberly de la Lima.
Let me be the first to offer my congratulations to the class of 2025. We look forward to seeing you thrive in the world with your Santa Clara degrees. On behalf of myself, the President, and the entire Santa Clara community, I want to thank Kathy Nicholson Hull for her inspiring message and for all of her good work. I also want to thank the staff who've supported our students through thick and thin, and in particular, those who have served us as ushers and guides today. Thank you. And you can't thank too much. I would like to invite the graduates to join me in thanking the faculty who've been your teachers and mentors and who have challenged and empowered you to achieve your full potential. Would all the faculty please stand? Okay, there's one more set of thank yous. I invite the graduates to thank your friends and family who've been with you and supported you through your years at Santa Clara University. To show them your gratitude, would all the graduates please rise and give your parents and loved ones a big hand. The graduation exercises will conclude with a recessional of faculty, distinguished guests, and administrators. Please remain standing in your places until the platform party has processed out of the stadium. Congratulations to the graduates and your guests, and may God bless the newest alumni of Santa Clara University. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.